Thank you, Graham. Red Yates goes in. They're all in and they're set to go. Stand by for a start. Danaher has the inside. Lights are on. But a great battle for favouritism here between Red Yates and Jubilee Jack. All set, racing now. Red Yates came out smartly and so too did Prince Ming. Jubilee Jack began okay. No speed on as they link up with the course proper and head down the straight the first time. In a Flash takes the lead. Red Yates running second. Danaher's third over on the inside. The favourite immediately dropping out last. That's Jubilee Jack. Willow Moss moving up on the outside. And Prince Ming is just in front of Jubilee Jack, second last. They're cantering as they come down the straight the first time, past the 200-metre mark on the first occasion. In a Flash is just trotting along out in front, leading by a half length. Second, Willow Moss, followed by Red Yates, pulling a little bit third on the outside of Danaher. And then Prince Ming, and last of all is Jubilee Jack. Heading to the turn out of the straight, coming up to the crossing at the 1600. In a Flash, drifting away from the rails a little bit. He's about 2 off the fence at the moment. He leads by a length and a half. Willow Moss running second, and a head away third, Danaher on the inside. They'll be sprinting home in this. A length back fourth is Red Yates on the outside of Jubilee Jack, and Prince Ming is last of all. 1400 metres out. In a Flash continues to make play out in front, and he's running it to suit himself. It's In a Flash, a length in front. Willow Moss second. A head away third, Danaher on the inside. Now Red Yates is right up on the steel. He's pulling hard on the outside of Jubilee Jack. And last of all is Prince Ming. Now Red Yates has Jubilee Jack on his inside, but boy, he's pulling Kenny Russell out of the saddle at the moment, Red Yates. He's really ripping and tearing. Jubilee Jack is just dropping back a little bit. He probably wants to work his way away from the rails because they'll have to start improving their positions shortly because this is going to develop into a sprint home up towards the bend at the 1,000. Only 4 lengths covering the field. In a Flash, a half in front of Willow Moss. Danaher's getting a pretty good run, a length away third on the inside, 1 to Red Yates, 1 to Jubilee Jack, and Prince Ming still last. No change in the order. Heading down the side, 8.50 to go. In a Flash, almost a length in front. Willow Moss second, Danaher third. Red Yates now starting to pick up ground on the outside, and Jubilee Jack in a little bit of trouble again because Prince Ming moved up on his outside. He wants to improve his position, Jubilee Jack, but he's in a little bit of a pocket at the moment. They're racing in lines of threes, 2 lines of threes as they go past the 600. In a Flash just in front of Willow Moss and going up 3 deep is Red Yates. Then Danaher, who's a length away fourth on the inside of Jubilee Jack, 2 wide. And Prince Ming now pushed out of the way as Jubilee Jack comes after these leaders. Well, Harris has done a pretty good job getting out of that pocket on Jubilee Jack. He's after the leaders. In a Flash, they're sprinting now. They're going hard. Willow Moss trying to join them. Here comes Jack on the outside. Big Jubilee ranged up to them, hit the lead, and he looks the goods. 150 metres to go. Jubilee Jack sprinted away from Red Yates. He's home. Jubilee Jack 2 in front of Red Yates and Danaher, and Jubilee Jack is going right on with it at the end. And Jubilee Jack bolted in. He won by 4 lengths. Second, Red Yates, and third, Danaher. Then Prince Ming In a Flash, and Willow Moss last of all. Jubilee Jack, he could be pretty good, that horse. Could be okay over a middle distance, Jubilee Jack. Impressive performance this afternoon. Les Harris is in a little bit of a pocket just before the home turn, and he gave Prince Ming a little bit of a brush. He just put his shoulder into him, a legitimate brush coming around the home turn, so as he could get out after the leaders. And when he really hit his stride in the straight, he pounced quickly, he raced past Red Yates, and he was able to really run away from them over the concluding stages. I've been impressed with him. Saw him the other day at Bundamba. He won just as impressively at Bundamba, and he's done a great job again this afternoon. He looked pretty good in the way he went to the line over the concluding stages there, and he's been able to get the money. Jubilee Jack first by Jubilee Wine out of Silver Desire. 3-year-old Chestnut Gelding is raced by KJ Pooley, P. Gottchild, F. Bell, F. Logan, B. Bursell, trained by G.R. Newnham here at the Gold Coast, and was ridden by Les Harris. Red Yates will be second. Just waiting on the judge to confirm these numbers. Red Yates will be second by Yates out of Leyland, trained by W.T. McGavin, ridden by Ken Russell. Pulled pretty hard in the middle stages of the race. It didn't do his chances any good, but tactically Russell rode a great race because he had Harris on his inside. He kept him in that pocket. He improved his position coming towards the home turn with about 600 metres to go. He was going to make Harris go 4 wide to get out after him, but on the day the horse just wasn't equal to the occasion.
Okay, and the winner number 4, Jubilee Jack, that's the one that Bart said all the money was for. It will pay $2.40 and $1.45 in Queensland. Number 2, and that is Red Yates, a dividend of $1.50. There'll be no third for number 1, Danaher. Placings 4, 2 and 1 as we update the market on the next event at Belmont. Race 3, Imposing Prince at 10, 16, Viva Bungo. Courtesy Spirit 25, free license 50 to 1, hundreds to 50, 60 to 1 Latin Brigadier. Man of Choice 100 to 1, Medicine Kid odds on, well in the red, 7 to 4 on, 8 Old Money, long odds the next 2, 9 and 10, and then over to number 11, Avalon Bay at 10, 8 to 1, Lady Heritage and White Wonder 10 to 1. There's the riding change race 4 at Belmont, please note. Breakaway boy number 11 is P. King. Peking to ride Breakaway Boy. Totes at Warwick Farm, race 7 with correct weight out there, and the winner number 11, and that was Mystical Prince at good dividend of $12.80 and $2.90. Apache Wells 85, Top Hat 75. The Quinella paid $23.60, trifecta $947.25. Here's the market on race 8 at Warwick Farm for you now. This is the Jack Jarvis Welter Handicap. 1 King Solo out, Shea Paris, 3-11 to 2, Ras Flyer, Bigamy 4 to 1, Camille Allen at 8, 9 to 2, Commander 9 to 2. Then we've got Luskin Galaxy 10, 60 Waggers, Vanbrugh 16 to 1, Rockall 15 to 2, Reuters News 25 to 1, Rockall is there 15 to 2 as I said, and Reuters News 25, only 11 runners in that. -1, which makes it 10. And in a pretty wide betting race there, Commander is the selection from John Tapp to win from Camille Allen 5, Ras Flyer 3. There's a riding change on the 9th event at Warwick Farm. Influence, number 8, will be ridden by Neil Payne. In Payne to ride Influence, race 9. Greg Hall will not be riding here for the last 2 races, and I can tell you that in race 7 on Avon Lodge is... who is? Oh, Nigel Tiley. I couldn't even read my own writing there. Nigel Tiley will ride number 4, Avon Lodge, in race 7. And race 8 on the card, Brian York will ride Bounty Bullion. All right, we'll take this break on Sky, and it's all coming to you live from the glorious Gold Coast on Prime Minister's Cup Day.
This is Tiger Country, and if you listen very carefully, you'll hear the telltale signs.
Oh.
And this is your survival kit, Tiger Balm. Its exotic ingredients help give relief from the aches, pains, stings, and congestion of Tiger Country. Tiger Balm for aches and pains, because it's a jungle out there.
Welcome back to Sky Race Day, and they're getting set for the next event at Belmont. Let's check the TABs on the previous at Ballarat. Race 8, number 10, Red Robe, $5.60 and $1.45. Second, Dramatise, $1.65, and third, Red Rattler, number 13, $1.95. Quinella paid $41.70, and the trifecta $1,804.60. The 9th event is due at 4 o'clock Eastern, and here's the opening tote market on that race for you right now. Number 1, and that is out, Sarfraz, Asterman 7, Fair Paint 20, 4 out. 4 is scratched, I should say. Cloncurry 25s, 8 to 1, Fab's Image, Fashion Prince 7, Mantina 60, 20 to 1, Drinks All Round, Jatova 2 to 1, number 10. Then we've got Nazinski 16s, 5 Benefactor, 10 Bow Lane, Northern Nay 30, 100 to 1, Mel Sam, Medelphia at 80 to 1, Little Pike is scratched, and Ghostly Light is at 15 to 1. So there's the updater, the opening tote market, I should say, and Jatova number 10 is a special to win from Benefactor 12 and Fair Paint 3. 10 a special, 12 and 3. They're running a little bit late there at Belmont. We'll be over there to John Hunt shortly, but we've found John Russell, as we said earlier on, and it's nice to see you with the Sky Channel microphone. Welcome to the Gold Coast.
It's great to be here, Graham, and a lovely day too.
And you seem to be enjoying yourself.
Yes, well, the plane was a bit late getting here, but we made it. That's the main thing.
Now, tell me the story. What's this about this? Oh, it's the Darwin Cup
It's
hat.
the Darwin Cup.
It's not a bowls hat.
It's not a bowls hat.
No.
Despite what a lot of people think. But apropos of the Darwin Cup, Graham, as you know, it's coming on in a couple of months' time, and I know you'll be pleased to go there for the big carnival on that special Monday, the first Monday. It's traditionally known in August of every year. And this year's Darwin Cup is going to be a ripper.
I hear you're famous up there.
Well, yes and no, I suppose. But I've been going there since 1972, and I've just seen the growth of the race since that time, when a horse called Son of Cyrus won it back in 1972, and I think the prize was about $4,000. And here we are this year with the Winfield Cup being worth, the Darwin Cup being worth $100,000.
Yeah, I tell you, it's certainly got a long way, and we're looking forward to going up there, because Sky Race Day will be emanating live from Darwin on that day. So that's going to be a very big day, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be a beauty, Graham.
Okay.
Great to see you.
They're all in at Belmont. You want to throw to...
And I'd like to take you over to John Hunt.
Good on you.
There's activity in the air, activity down below. Don't know quite what it is, but it's got me going, and the city's got a special glow. I'm I'm hearing things that I want to hear. I hear voices that I know.
Hello, world. This is
And these voices have the strength to activate the power coming out of my radio. Radioactive, the source of the power is radioactive. Radioactive, the source of the power is radioactive. Radioactive.
Placings is called by Johnny Tapp on the previous race at Warwick Farm. Placings 10, 3 and 7. Rasfly second and Luskin Galaxy finishing third. Now let's check the totes at Belmont. 217 placed on the third. Viva Bungo $13.95 and $2.30 on the Western Australian TAB. Imposing Prince 75 cents, and third placing to Medicine Kid 65. The Quinella $41.85. Trifecta $239.25. Okay, updating the market on the next at Ballarat. Let's check that out for you now. On the Victorian TAB, number 1 is scratched. Number 2, and that is Asterman, is at 11 to 2. We've got Fair Paint 20 to 1, Cloncurry 30 to 1, Fab's Image at 9. Now Fashion Prince into 7s, 5s, 9 to 2 now. It's coming in all the time. Mantina at 80 to 1, 30 to 1, Drinks All Round. Jatova 2s into 6 to 4, but is better in the ring. So it's shorter on the tote there than it is in the ring. Nazinski, number 11, is out to 20 to 1. Now 12 Benefactor, 5 to 1, now into 4 to 1. It's coming in the ring and is now into 4 to 1, number 12 Benefactor. 12 to 1 about Bow Lane. Northern May 40 to 1. Mel Sam is at pretty long odds. We've got Madelphia 100 to 1 and Ghostly Light at 16 to 1. That's the update at Ballarat. That's the update at Ballarat. We'll take this break on Sky Race Day. As I said, very shortly, we'll be talking to Brian York. Glorious shot as the weather up here is absolutely beautiful. We had rain this morning, but it has fined up, and it is absolutely a magnificent afternoon and a magnificent track indeed here. As you can see there, the Gold Coast in the foreground there. And we've had a fantastic day's racing up here. And standing by right now is Wayne Wilson talking to another of Queensland's leading jockeys. Here he is.
Thank you very much, Graham. Brian York is riding Stealthy Knight in this race. Not as exciting a horse to ride as Planet Ruler, but nevertheless, Brian, if he happened to do his best, he could win a race like this.
Yes, he could. I think he's got enough ability to win a race like this, but I'd prefer the track to be a little bit better than it is, though.
Brian, he's always given me the impression as though he's got the ability, but he's a darn gay deceiver. Has he got a few tricks?
Yeah, I think his biggest problem is in these longer races he wants to pull a little bit. It doesn't really suit him. He wants to settle a little bit and come home.
Okay, well, this race today, what do you think of his chances here?
Well, I think if he's ever going to show form, it'd be today.
Now let's talk about Planet Ruler. Probably the most exciting horse you've been associated with. Is that taking it too far?
No, I think he's probably the best horse that I've been on.
His win in the Queensland Guineas just, well, it was unbelievable, really.
Yeah, well, ordinary horses don't do what he did.
How wide were you running along the back straight and down the side? It seemed as though you were out fairly deep.
Oh, I'd be 4 or 5 wide all the way, I'd say.
It's an amazing performance, really.
Yeah, very good performance.
You were happy earlier this week. He got 50.5 kilos in the Elders handicap. Not that you wanted him to get a lot of weight, but he needed to get enough for you.
Yeah, well, 50 would have been about right for me. 50.5 is plenty of weight for him, I think, at this stage.
Yeah. Well, Brian, he's in the race with a great chance, provided he draws well. He'd look the horse to beat. He's the favourite for the race. Is he? He's beaten smart horses in the Guineas, but I guess the Elders is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, it'll be his toughest assignment yet, but I think he's up to it.
If he drew well, would you be inclined to take him to the lead?
Well, it would depend on how quick they win, of course, but if there wasn't too much pace on, I don't think it'd worry him to be in front.
OK, Brian, well, the best of luck with him. Now, you've got to go and jump on Stealthy here. Be kind to him. Try and nurse him home for us, will you?
All right, thanks, mate.
OK, Brian. Brian York is riding Stealthy Knight in this race, and in a couple of weeks' time, he'll be riding Planet Ruler in the Elders Handicap at Eagle Farm. Graham, back to you.
Good on you, Wayne. Thank you. You've seen Planet Ruler. What's... Oh, he's just gone off mic. I was just going to ask Wayne, and we'll ask him about Planet Ruler a bit later. I've got a question to ask him about that. Let's update the market on the next at Belmont. And the Russian Hill is into 8 to 1, 10's into 8s. Ice on Fire, 7 to 2, 15 Lady Brinley. We've got 10 to 9 Egyptian Gold, New Orbit 14s, 20 Yoshi, Kid Remus 20, 16 Devil Red number 8, Javornik at 9 to 1. That's out of point. Bold Tourist 150 to 1. Breakaway Boy number 11 is at 100 to 1. Happus number 12, 40 to 1. Lady Glen Ray 70 to 1. That's in 10 points. Paris Storm is at pretty long odds. In fact, it's out to 200 to 1, virtually friendless. Horses are in the mounting yard here at the Gold Coast for this upcoming event. This is the 7th event, the Bicentennial Graduation Stakes, 1,794 metres. As you can see, there they are. And very shortly, jockeys will be out and mounting. Now, they're running late at Ballarat, running late for race 9 at Ballarat. Let's have a look at some TAB dividends at Balaklava, 9.514, Fine Wool 8.65 and $1.75. Terra Nui, number 5, $1.10. Third posse going to Regal Playboy, number 14, $2.90. The Quinella, $21.40. And the trifecta, $428.30. Here are the dividends at Warwick Farm now for the previous with correct weight there. Second leg of the daily double. And let's check those out for you right now. Rock All, $3.60 and $1.15. Ras Flyer, $90. Luskin Galaxy, $1.80. The Quinella, $11.05. Trifecta, $345.70. The daily double of 4 and 10, $30.60. Here's the market on race. What's Cooking, 11 to 2. Ginger, 7 to 4. Mixed Up, 13 to 2. Candida, 9. 10, Rarify. 12 to 1 for Whispering Sands. Veil Nymph, 25. 16, Influence. Now, Fashion Plus came up at 8 to 1. Carmelo's Angel at 60 to 1. No start yet at Ballarat. Blushing Angel at 40. 20 to 1, Publicised. Shuki, 60. 45, Daryl's Daydream. Rich Autumn is at 100 to 1. Race 9. Selection in that event, 2 a special. Ginger from Rarify, Mixed Up. 1 out at Ballarat. We're about to head down to Clem Dimsey. Before we do that, Bart Sinclair, what's the late mail in this race here at the Gold Coast?
Plenty of money for Old Flower. She's a pronounced favourite, pretty short odds. I note that she is more relaxed in the enclosure today. At last couple of appearances in Brisbane, she's been very distressed, but I note she is a lot calmer, and they have brought her into the enclosure earlier today, so that's a good sign for her prospects. But I like the look of her stablemate Charnot as well. The other one in the market is Stealthy Knight, but I'd have to say from the weight of money, the late mail for Old Flowers.
OK, and on the tote, Old Flowers is 5 to 2, and Charnot's a good odds, around about 11 to 1. Could be a bit over on the tote.
Well, there was little between them last run. They finished 4th and 5th respectively, and I don't feel there's as much between them as that betting would indicate. So perhaps Charnot, for those seeking value, is better odds.
All right, OK, thank you very much, Bart. And here is Clem Dimsey for the next at Ballarat.
Thank you, Graham. They look to be set. Light's not on yet. Mel Sam delayed the start, but he's moved in. Jatova should be very hard to beat. Red and white squares are grey. Jatova in drawn about barrier 10. Lights on. Starter on the platform, 1,200 metres. Ready. Gates fly back, sends them on their way. Jatova jumped out well with Northern Nay. Then Nazinski and Fair Paint is showing good early speed too with Medelphia wide out. Jatova's just behind them, settling down with Benefactor. Settling fully into stride now, and a good race for the lead. Nazinski's one of the leaders with Fair Paint. Medelphia wider on the track, and Benefactor is spearing right through on the inside to head them all off. They're followed by Fashion Prince, who dropped in behind them. Length and a half farther back in the field was Northern Nay. A couple of lengths then to Mel Sam. They're followed by Jatova on the outside, being hard ridden. Then Bow Lane, Asterman getting back in the field with Mantina. Cloncurry well back too as they come to the turn with Drinks for All. And the grey Ghostly Light was last of all. Coming towards the home bend now, they've got just over 400 metres left to go. Fair Paint in the centre of the track, trying to move up with Nazinski. To challenge Benefactor for the lead. Fashion Prince getting a rails run as they straighten. 300 left to go. Benefactor a neck in front of Fashion Prince. Nazinski coming down the outside. Fab's Image is running on strongly too, and they're followed then by Fair Paint and Jatova out wide. 100 metres left to go. Fashion Prince on the inside, the leader. Here's Jatova starting to fly very late with Bow Lane. Jatova going over the top of Fashion Prince. Fashion Prince in front. Jatova coming home the better, and Jatova won by a half length. Fashion Prince got second, Bow Lane third, then Fab's Image followed by Asterman, Northern Nay, Mantina, Cloncurry. Benefactor dropped right out, followed by Nazinski. They're followed then by Medelphia, Fair Paint wide on the track with Ghostly Light, and last of all was Mel Sam. Good performance by Jatova, was being scrubbed up at the 600 metre mark. Looked to have the job ahead even at this point. You can see Fashion Prince with a good 2 lengths advantage over Bow Lane, and there's Jatova with the blinkers joining in. A popular result because Jatova was heavily backed, trained by Rick Hall-Lacey, and it's flashed up to win easily at the finish. Jatova first was scored by about a half length at the finish from Fashion Prince. The judge might go for the camera for third, but Bow Lane should just get there on the inside from Fab's Image. Yes, Bow Lane will get third from Fab's Image when the judge examines the print after the running of race 9, the welter handicap over 1,200 metres. Well, Graham, you're having a great day at Southport.
Yes, a very enjoyable day indeed, and what's more, the people up here are backing a few winners as well. We'll take a break on our Sky Race Day coverage, as Clem said, coming to you live from the Gold Coast Prime Minister's Cup Day, and all brought to you by Galliano Liqueurs.
The committee and right across the board, the Gold Coast people have got something to be proud of.
Now, of course, with Bill Collins' retirement, you're a very busy man there on 3UZ.
Yes, we cover some ground. I've got to fly back tonight, and I'll be at Moe races tomorrow. We get around the state. I'm doing about 4 meetings a week now, 3 in the country during the week, and of course the Metropolitan on Saturday.
One thing I used to look forward to many years ago, there used to be a meeting up at Swan Hill. I think it was the Golden Topaz meeting.
That's right.
Remember those days we used to go up there with John Russell and Bill Collins and that? Are you going up there for that?
No, it's a TAB program on the Friday, and the Swan Hill Cup comes up on the Monday. They race Friday, Saturday, Monday, but we've got Metropolitan racing. It'll be the Queen's birthday weekend, so we're committed to staying back in town. But a very strong club up there. They do it well.
Good to see you, Brian. Always good to see you. And
good to see you, Graham. Congratulations to you too on the way Sky Channel's going. It's got tremendous following in Melbourne. You know, the fact that you'll be able to bring these races from right around the country to the comfort of the bars, the clubs, and you're putting it all together. It's well done.
Good on you. Thank you, and I appreciate the remarks, and congratulations to you. It's always good to see you. We're getting a bit old. We're getting a few grey hairs. We've known each other for a long time.
Good on you, Graham.
Good on you, Brian Martin. All right, here's John Hunt now for the next event at Belmont.
Turn to Warrnambool.